Hey everyone, and welcome back. You know how some folks say we're living in the future? Well, today's deep dive is going to feel a lot like that because we're talking AI in dentistry.
Yeah, seriously.
Right, we've got a mountain of research, articles, even stories from actual dental clinics, all to answer one question. Is ChatGPT about to give our pearly whites a complete tech makeover?
And let me tell you, things are moving faster than a high-speed drill.
I bet. So for anyone who hasn't bumped into ChatGPT yet, it's this AI that can write like a human, answer your questions,
Yeah.
almost like you're chatting with, well, a really smart someone. But dentistry, how's that even a thing?
It all comes down to something called natural language processing, NLP for short. Basically, ChatGPT can devour medical textbooks like the whole library, and the idea is it learns to spot dental problems just from all that reading.
So it's like it's cramming for a dental exam, but doing it at warp speed.
You got it. And while research is still in those early stages, get this, some studies are showing ChatGPT can diagnose things like gum disease or even cavities, and it's nearly as accurate as a dentist with all those years of experience.
Wait, well, hold on. Is this thing going to put dentists out of business? That's, like, impressive and kind of scary all at the same time.
I hear you, but no need to panic just yet. You won't be seeing a robot dentist anytime soon. Think of it more like ChatGPT is a superpowered assistant, not a replacement, but definitely a game changer.
Okay, that makes me feel a little better. So it's like a digital sidekick for dentists, helping them make smarter calls about our teeth.
Exactly. It can analyze those massive electronic dental records.
You mean the ones with every cleaning, every filling, basically our whole dental history?
Exactly, all those EDRs. And it can connect dots that might have been missed otherwise.
Okay, so what kind of dots are we talking? Give me an example.
So imagine ChatGPT sifting through millions of these records, and it starts finding hidden patterns. Like maybe it sees that people who got a certain type of filling a while back,
Yeah.
they're slightly more likely to need a root canal down the road.
Oh, wow.
Right? That kind of insight, that could totally change how dentists approach those procedures from the get-go.
That's wild. So it's not just about me and my teeth. It's about spotting these trends across like a ton of people.
Precisely. And don't even get me started on personalization.
Oh, is that where this is going?
Imagine ChatGPT looking at your dental history, maybe even factoring in your lifestyle.
Okay.
And it tailors a treatment plan that's just for you?
Okay, now W, we're talking. That's the dream, right? But is anyone actually doing this yet? Like real-world examples?
Oh, yeah. There's this fascinating study where ChatGPT was able to tell which patients were smokers just by looking at their EDRs.
No way.
Seriously. And that's info that regular health records often miss. But for dentists, it's huge.
That's amazing. It's like this AI is digging up hidden clues that could totally change someone's health.
Yeah.
But what about the really serious stuff? Can it actually help diagnose, like, major conditions?
Absolutely. In fact, one area where it's showing huge potential is detecting oral cancer.
Okay, yeah, that's something I definitely want to hear more about. I mean,
Yeah.
how could it even diagnose something that serious?
Well, think about it like this. A lot of times, oral cancer starts with these tiny changes in your mouth. Things
Hmm.
like, oh, I don't know, maybe a red or white patch that doesn't go away, or a sore that just won't heal.
Right, right.
And dentists, they're trained to look for these signs, but they can be easy to miss, especially early on.
Yeah, especially if they're really subtle. So is ChatGPT, like, looking at pictures or something? How does it do that?
That's where it gets super interesting. Researchers are training ChatGPT on these massive data sets of images, patient records, all sorts of stuff. It's basically teaching the AI to see the patterns, the things that might point to cancerous cells.
So it's like developing a sixth sense almost, like an AI-powered magnifying glass for dentists.
You got it. And it's not just about spotting potential cancer either. Researchers are also looking at how ChatGPT can help diagnose things like, oh, maxillary sinus issues, for example.
Maxillary sinus issues. Okay, that sounds a little intense. What even is that, and how can AI help with something like that?
It sounds more complicated than it is.
Yeah.
Basically, you've got these air-filled cavities in your cheekbones, right next to your nasal cavity. And sometimes they can get inflamed or infected, and that's when you get sinusitis.
Oh, okay, okay. Yeah, I've heard of sinusitis. That can be nasty. But I don't really see the connection to dentistry.
That's a common thing, actually. A lot of people think, oh, sinusitis, that's just a nose thing. But sometimes dental infections, especially in those upper back teeth,
Yeah.
they can actually spread to the maxillary sinuses.
Wow, I had no idea. So where does ChatGPT fit into all this?
Well, when you're trying to figure out if maxillary sinusitis is connected to a dental problem, you often have to look at x-rays. And ChatGPT can be trained to analyze those X-rays.
Oh, okay.
And it can pick up on those subtle things that might mean there's a link between, say, a toothache and that sinus
So
inflammation.
it's like having a second pair of eyes, but like super-powered eyes, looking at those X-rays.
Exactly. And here's the other thing. ChatGPT can process information so quickly that it can potentially speed up diagnosis and treatment, which is obviously super important when you're talking about infections.
It's incredible, but I have to ask, with AI becoming this involved in dentistry, I mean, what does it mean for dentists in the future? Are we all going to have robot dentists soon?
That's the million-dollar question a lot of people are asking these days. But honestly, even though the technology is amazing and it's evolving really fast, I don't see robots replacing human dentists anytime soon. Dentistry is about way more than just the technical stuff. It's about building a relationship with your patients, understanding their fears, making them feel comfortable and heard.
So it's like, yeah, AI can bring this incredible tech to dentistry, but it's the human touch that really makes it work.
Absolutely. Think of it like having this super advanced set of tools, right?
Yeah,
You still need a skilled dentist to know which one to use and when.
that makes sense. So beyond just diagnosis, are there other areas of dentistry where ChatGPT is making waves? What else is out there?
Well, imagine this. What if ChatGPT could take a 3D scan of your teeth, pinpoint the absolute perfect spot for an implant, and then walk the dentist through the entire procedure?
Whoa, it'd be like having a surgical guide right there in the room. Wait, is that even possible?
Oh, it's already happening. And it gets even wilder. Imagine a system that combines AI with robotics to do those super delicate procedures like root canals or even prepping a tooth for a crown.
Okay, now you're just blowing my mind. So we've got like a mini robot dentist assisting the human dentist. What about pain management? Could ChatGPT help with that at all? Because, let's be real, that's a big part of why people avoid the dentist.
Another great point, and yeah, there's some really cool research happening there too. Imagine a system that knows your medical history, even your personal preferences, and it recommends the best pain management strategy for you. Like, it could even predict how you might react to certain medications.
Wow, that would be huge, especially for folks who get anxious about dental work.
Exactly. And let's not forget about education. ChatGPT could be this amazing tool for dental students too, helping them grasp those really complex ideas, even practicing how to interact with patients, and having access to this huge library of knowledge all at their fingertips.
It'd be like having a 247 personal tutor,
hmm
right? Always there to answer questions, help you master everything about being a dentist.
That's the idea. It could revolutionize how we train the next generation of dentists, making sure they have all the right skills and knowledge to give their patients the best possible care.
Wow. Okay, so we've covered a lot of ground here, and AI does seem like it's changing everything about dentistry, for both patients and the pros. But before we wrap up, are there any concerns we should be thinking about? Any potential downsides to this AI revolution?
Of course. Like with any new tech, there are always challenges. One of the big ones is data privacy, making sure all that sensitive patient info is kept safe and secure. We also need to be really careful about bias in the data that these AI systems are learning from.
Right, you don't want the AI making decisions based on bad or incomplete info. How do we make sure that doesn't happen?
That's where things like careful oversight come in, and ethical guidelines, and tons of research. We need to make sure AI is being used responsibly and ethically, and that human expertise is still a big part of the process.
It can't just be about replacing dentists. It's about using AI to make them even better at what they do.
100%. Which brings us back to that question we started with, right? Is AI in dentistry a revolution?
Well, after this deep dive, I think it's safe to say it's definitely underway. It's exciting to see how it's all unfolding, and I, for one, can't wait to see what the future holds.
Me too. It's going to be amazing to watch AI reshape the world of dentistry, making it more efficient, more personalized, and accessible to everyone.
Absolutely. And a huge thanks to you for joining us on this incredible journey into the future of dentistry. Now, we want to hear from you. What are your thoughts on AI taking over the dentist chair? Head over to the comments and let us know what you think. Until next time, happy diving.